Amen. Say man, it's your boy Big Dreams. Welcome back to the channel. Before we carry on any further with this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell, set it to all. We is back with another banger video, back with another reaction video. Man, and today, y'all see the screen, we are reacting to Gene Deal on disturbing testimony from Diddy ex-assistant. He threatened to throw her in the river or the dialogue. We finna dig in here and see what's going on. I'm not going to make the opening of this video too long. All I ask is that y'all smash that like button so this video can rank higher in the algorithm. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you're watching me and you're not subscribed, man, subscribe. That's all I ask. We finna go ahead and dig in, man. Make sure that volume good and up.
When Capricorn testified against Puffy on Tuesday, you was there, right? How did that go from your point of view?
When Capricorn testified, man, it was heartfelt not because she was crying and going through all the pain that Cassie and her went through, and because when you heard her testimony, you found out that she really didn't care for Cassie like that. Their friendship grew. You know, they had grown into a friendship that she cared more about Diddy, because she even wrote him letters that she had a crush on him back in the day. So it was kind of weird hearing all the stuff she was going through. And in my mind, I was thinking that, you know, and knowing who Diddy was, he probably slept with her too. That's what I was thinking. I don't know that to be true. You understand? But what people didn't understand in her testimony, because just like Dawn, that he would fire her, then she'll come back, or she'll go get another job, and then she'll have to come back, or whatever didn't work about, something like that. People don't understand this, bro. And when you look at the situation with all the people that were employed by Diddy and that was in the music world, it's this old proverb, the golden rule. And what's the golden rule? The man with all the gold make all the rules. Puff was that dude that he held all the gold. When she went to work for Mark Pitts, that was Puff, that was Kirk Burroughs' protege. Kirk Burroughs taught him everything he know. He was with Bad Boy first. He was the one who Puff was the one who put him with Big, and he was managing Big. So when this lady was coming back, and she was in the defense went at her, well, you trying to say that he threatened your life, they kidnapped you, they did all these stuff to you, but you still went back to work with him, because she probably couldn't go back to work for nobody else until she straightened out with him, or until she made him feel good, until she made him feel like...
One thing I can only imagine is being in a spot where even when you do decide to leave, the person beforehand still has the strength and the authority and the will to destroy you at all costs if that's what they choose to do. And considering that we talking about Puff or Diddy, whatever you want to call him, Brother Love, whatever you want to call him, considering we talking about this individual right here and what his, you know, the meaning of him has been all these years, bro, ain't no telling what, you know what I'm saying, he could have did. Maybe he mad that you moved on. And you know what I'm saying, maybe got you on the tape doing some stuff. He throw that tape out there and totally ruin your career. But at the same time, when you think about it, that's how he leveraged himself above a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? The way to keep from putting yourself in that situation, just don't go to the parties. Just don't hang around them, bro. Just don't be involved with them. Because the minute you get involved with them, you doggone mess around and get you a little glass of champagne, now you out. You wake back up, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out you on tape. That's the leverage over you right there. I just feel like it's that leverage, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even more so as talking about women that he done slept with and done been involved with, married to, dated, all that. I'm just talking about people in general. That's how he keep that leverage over you, bro. Once that tape is recorded, once you get that dirt on people, that's how you get that leverage, bro. And I can only imagine who Gene Deal speaking on right here, if she decide to move on and he don't like that, you know what I'm saying? And he got some type of dirt on you, and it ain't even got to be the tape, just some type of dirt in general, and he just throw that out there, that can destroy you, that can destroy your chances. So I can only imagine how, you know what I'm saying, disturbing that it could be, knowing that, like, bro, if this man wanted to, he could literally stop everything I got going on right now. That's just how powerful the man was. I ain't trying to speak too highly and make it seem like he the most powerful, because nah. But Puff, Diddy, whatever you want to call him, at one point in time was in a spot where he literally had the entire industry in his hand and could do whatever he wants to with it, bro, for real.
She wasn't an issue when she was a problem. If she was a problem, you know, and they thought that because she came from death row, I think I don't. It was somewhere like her and Suge had some kind of, I don't know, family relationship or something like that. I don't even know. I didn't get clarity on that, but it was something about Suge Knight and her that they found out, and then stuff started coming up missing as far as jewelry. They took her to like a warehouse, had a guy up there with a polygraph, giving her a polygraph every day. I think they gave her a polygraph like, they think it's 5 times, they said. Up in this old abandoned warehouse like. So she was terrified and she was scared and she didn't want to go, but she had to go. And she put Paul Offord on blast. That's the one they used to call Uncle Paulie. She put him on blast like he was some gangster taking her up there, and if she would have been found, you know, and all the polygraphs came up inconclusive, whatever that is. It wasn't conclusive that she did anything regarding stealing any of the jewelry or something like that. So it was just a fear tactic with her. But the defense was trying to say that how could you be scared of him when you went back to work for him? Let me tell you a story, bro. After Big died, Puff put out a whole lot of bullshit about me, telling people don't do this, don't do that, but he couldn't. He couldn't, because I was with a strong team. I was with Black Hands and I was with Slick and the Family at the time. I ran all Chaz Williams security to all his parties that we did all over the country. Chaz Williams, he was featured on BET American Gangster. They had said he had robbed about 160 banks or something like that. But Chaz was an OG that everybody respected. I ran all his security. You understand?
Hey, bro, listen. I could be wrong, but in a way, because I'm noticing lately, you see more Gene Deal, you see more Chopper, you see more Freddie P, and each time since these were individuals that were either an artist up under him or his security guard, they get on the Art of Dialogue and, you know, stuff that's going on, Arta ask them, and then they'll elaborate on it, and then they get to telling stories and stuff like that. And I've been seeing a whole lot of videos with them, bro, even with the trial going on. So what I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, bro, wonder if, I wouldn't even say defense attorneys, but like wonder if like plaintiffs attorneys and like the people that's testifying Like the people that's representing them, wonder if they getting on YouTube, listening to these interviews, kind of gathering their stuff and their material together to go back to court the next day. Like I wonder if they really doing that, bro. Because like I said, man, you starting to see a whole lot more with Gene Deal, with Chopper, with Freddie P. You even see a lot more with Jaguar Wright on Real Life Productions with her speaking on it, bro. And these are people who are up close and personal, like side by side with this man, done seen him do a whole lot of stuff. So I'm wondering, like, bro, what if the people that's representing the plaintiffs or like the folks that's testifying, like, what if they getting on here gathering up their material? To be honest, if I was representing the plaintiff that's testifying against Diddy, I most definitely would get on here and gather up a lot of stuff. And just in general, bro, because shoot, they putting it out there. They putting it out there. And at this point, I'm surprised they haven't called Gene Deal in particular to come testify. Because I'm pretty sure that he can tell you pretty much everything about everybody, and those people who he would talk about would never have to come and testify. I'm pretty sure Gene Deal can probably give you 98% of everything that happened back in the 90s with Diddy and what he did. And you ain't even got to go get all the people that it happened to. I guarantee you, bro. But I'm surprised they most definitely haven't called him up there yet, though. That's still surprising. I know he going to the trial, but I'm surprised they haven't gotten him to testify because he has tons of interviews with I almost said Real Life Productions, but he has tons of interviews with the Art of Dialogue speaking on this. And he was speaking on this way before Diddy got arrested. He was speaking on this way before Diddy got arrested. So he kind of started this trend. Him and Jaguar Wright, they came together on Real Life Productions one time, talked about what they talked about, and ever since then, they just been, you know what I'm saying, at it. And it's like right around the time that the trial going on too. So I'm wondering if these interviews is like being used in court. I ain't been watching this trial. I don't even know if they got it, you know what I'm saying, open for people to record or open to the public or whatever. But I'm wondering if they really using this stuff in court for real.
You know, when we used to go to those big industry parties, the whole 9 yards. So there's nothing Puff could do to stop people who was real in the streets from dealing with me. You understand? Slick and a family. Slick, one of the powerfulest dudes in Harlem that everybody had a lot of respect for. That was my god brother. That's my brother from another mother. There's nothing he could do to smear my name up. So I was still giving parties. I was still doing block parties, giving boat rides, dances, everything. Block parties. There's nothing he could do. So I wasn't dealing with him no more after the Big situation when Big got murdered. So they start putting all that old negative stuff against me. So he started saying little innuendos. And then my man, God bless him, Redbud stepped to him, man. Gene a good dude, man. Y'all stop putting that bullshit out about Gene. Redbud from Brooklyn. He said, yo, stop putting that shit out about Gene. And they stopped the bullshit. So now, I'm in Atlanta. It's around Super Bowl time. I haven't dealt with Puff about a year. No conversation. He still used to come around the same game. You understand? When we used to go to parties, I ain't with him. He's same game. He's same game. Okay, cool. So I'm in Atlanta in Justin's. Wolf come over to me, and Wolf say, "Yo, Gene, come to the back." I said, "For what?" He said, "Nigga, just come to the back, man. Come on, Gene. Stop that bullshit." He said, "Come to the back, Gene." So I went to the back with Wolf, and Wolf said, "Yo, Puff, put Gene back to work. Tell Gene he got his job back."
Oh,
he said,
heck
"Gene,
no.
you want your job back?" I said, "I don't care, man. What's up?" He said, "Meet me in my office on Monday." I went back to work for Bad Boy. Did I need it? Nah. But it was easy money.
Felt.
It was easy money.
Felt.
Why did I go back? When I heard Capricorn Clark say what she said, I had the same feeling that she had. And I understood where she came from. She wanted, and just like I wanted, to let everybody see that they needed me. I'm back here running the security for him. I'm personally for him. I'm his person. I'm the number one when he's there. So all the people that they talk crazy to and told this about, now they see me. They're going to put their head down. Because they was acting funny at first. But when I came back, it was something, brother, that you can't make this shit up. It was something whereas that you get this feeling, whereas that, yeah, I showed the MFs. I showed them.
But see, they already seen from the get-go, okay, he stopped dealing with y'all. So what does he do? Try to destroy him. Put all this crazy stuff out about him. Y'all still lost that battle. So they try to reel you back in. He said he ain't need it. But if it's easy money, if it's extra money, hey, bro, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But they couldn't beat him. So they had to rejoin him. And it's not him joining them. They had to come and join Gene. Because the ball is in his court at this point, bro. Easily, they walk you back there. Hey, tell him he back on the team. Dude, you want your job back? If I know I ain't gotta be involved with you for real, if I'm just your security, and I ain't gotta be in there doing that craziness that you be doing, like, hey, you gonna mess yourself up. As long as you gonna pay me my bread, pay me my bread. But brother, man, just know you gonna get in trouble. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. You gonna get in trouble. You gonna get in trouble, just like he doing now, bro. And it's crazy because a lot of all the stuff that's being exposed now, bro, this junk been going on since way back when. Way back when, in the early 90s. Like, this been going on from the early 90s, the early 2000s, early 2010s. Like, bro, this been going on for about 25, 30 plus years. 30 plus years. And Gene has been around for a long time. So I can imagine what other stories he got to tell and what the other interviews moving forward going to be like with Gene. I can only imagine.
So I went back to work too. Not because I had to. I wanted to, because I wanted to show everybody. So I understood what Capricorn Clark was going through. She begged for her job back. I would never do that. But she said she had a kid that was with autism. So she had to take care of a child. And he was making it difficult, and I seen him do Kirk Burroughs like that. He was making it difficult for her to get jobs out there in the industry, in the music industry. And that's what she said she wanted to do. She wanted to be a part of the music industry. So the Capricorn Clark situation, man, it was touching because, you know, how you dragging this woman from her house. You're using your bodyguards to take her up in an abandoned building to get a polygraph test. That she said that the building doors, somebody opened them from the outside. You had to knock on the door and they got to open it from the outside to let you out. She was terrified. So, and then she was talking about all the abuse with Cassie. What she saw, what Puff did to her, how Puff had a plastic surgeon on speed dial. He had a plastic surgeon on speed dial that he would come, stitch her up, and do all the stuff that he needed to do so she wouldn't scar up after a beating.
What?
She had a...
No.
After a beating. plastic surgeon on speed dial. That he would come, stitch her up, and do all the stuff that he needed to do so she wouldn't scar up after a beating.
Yo, that's crazy.
Very touching testimony.
Bro, listen, I understand he ain't need to go back. It's easy money, like I said earlier. Be about your dollars. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. But I know that had to feel uncomfortable to be around him, knowing the type of person that he was, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to do. As a grown man, you have nothing to do with what another grown man chooses to do, how he chooses to act. You have to let him do him, and you know what I'm saying? Let his karma catch up with him, bro. It's crazy he done so many people like that over the years, but wasn't nothing nobody could have told him back then, bro. He had already adopted ways like that. He was taught by people that was like that. When he was brought into the game, he adopted the ways, and he was taught the ways of how to be, just as what Gene is talking about now, bro. You can't stop nobody like that. Once they down that path, it's something else much more dark and something else much more horrific that influences them to do whatever it is that, you know what I'm saying, they doing, or influencing him to do what he did. So it wasn't nothing Gene could have said, wasn't nothing nobody else could have said then, or really done to get him to stop. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing nobody could have done to get him to stop, bro. You just gotta let his karma catch up with him, bro. And that's years worth of hurt that was caused, bro. And now it's just to that point. And they were just not saying the other day that Trump might give him a pardon if he feels that he's been treated. Hold on, let me reword that. I was reading on Instagram the other day. Trump might pardon Diddy if Trump feels like he's being treated unfairly. That's a door that's slightly open, bro. And knowing Diddy, he might do his best to push through it to get a pardon. To get a pardon. He might do his best to push through and get a pardon. Now, I'm not the type of person to judge or anything, but brother, man, 25, 30 plus years worth of crimes, horrific crimes being at that. Come on now. If Trump pardoned this man for real, oh wow, bro. Oh wow, bro.
Back to what you said earlier. Yeah, I mean, she testified that Diddy, accused her of stealing from him. And she testified that he told her that if she failed the polygraph test, he was going to throw her in the East River.
Yeah,
throw in the river. God dog.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that, if you go back and look at it, you know what I'm saying, and they was blaming her for stealing the jury, bro. He said that, and she testified this on the stand, that she was going to throw him in the East River if she'd have failed the lie detector test. Man, come on, bro.
That's crazy.
If that ain't no gangster.
I don't even know if that's something you can consider gangster, bro. That's that.
Mob style
boy,
stuff. You got to be out your mind, man.
That ain't even no gangster jump, bro.
You don't run no business like that.
That's some Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th mess right there.
That's some mafiosos that he was doing, bro. If you fail a lie detector test, I'm going to throw you in the East River. Come on, brother.
And he would have did it.
You did that female, you did that woman like that. And then now, it comes that she passed it, and they couldn't, they couldn't blame her for it. What do? She's terrified now. How does she get that back? How does she get that back, bro? She don't.
If I'm not mistaken, she brought up Jimmy Iovine in her testimony, right?
Yeah, man. Capricorn Clark brought up Jimmy Iovine, but they did objection. But it got out before they objected that because she told the story. I went over into Interscope and I was threatened. And then she said Jimmy Iovine, and they said object. Jimmy Iovine They did some old, they did some like this. She had something on Diddy, whereas that they paid her $1 million. And Jimmy Iovine threatened her and told her to leave Diddy alone. And it was supposed to be a suit. You know, when you sue somebody, you don't get taxes put on that shit. They gave it to her like it was a regular check, and they put taxes on it. So she sued them and got $1 million, but they took $500,000 out of it in taxes. Ain't that some
wow. What?
That ain't no good, man. And she said Jimmy Iovine threatened her and told her she had to leave Diddy alone. They was doing it to the women like that, bro. But they gave her a check for $1 million, but they gave it to her as it was a payroll check, not a lawsuit. So now she can't come and say she did a settlement with them. It was supposed to be a settlement check. I think Suge Knight said something like that too. That was crazy. But they wouldn't let that come out in the court like that. You understand? They would just say it was a settlement, and they wouldn't say how much money it was, and they would and they try to keep Jimmy Iovine name in there, but he was all up in the sauce, bro. They said objection, sustained. That's what it was. They left his ass out of that one.
She brought up big murder too, right?
They objection. They brought up big murder, and then the lawyers knew.
See, that's the thing right there. It's not that, you know what I'm saying. It's not that they can't bring up cases like Biggie Smalls, Kim Porter, people like that. It's not that they can't do it. It's just that I feel like Diddy team is doing everything in their power to keep that from entering the courtroom. It's not that, you know what I'm saying, the judge won't hear it out. Because if it's a crime or it's evidence, you know what I'm saying, like Kid Cudi's situation, of course you're going to be able to come in there, testify, say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I just feel like they don't, his team doesn't want that to come into the courtroom because it's already way more than enough with the whole freak off stuff and the abuse, the essaying, the R-wording and all that stuff like that, trafficking, drugging, whatever, like all that stuff like that, the racketeering and you know what I'm saying, that stuff like that, it's already way more than enough with just that by itself. So to have Biggie Smalls, Kim Porter, this person, that person who's no longer with us, to have those stories come into the court would probably eliminate his chances of even seeing the light of day no more. He probably not going to see the light of day anyway. But like I was saying earlier, if Trump decides to pardon him, if it seems that he's getting treated unfairly, then everything that's going on right now won't even matter. He'll just be out. But at the end of the day, they still have to take into consideration, bro. Look at look at the type of person he is. You know, like I was saying, I ain't judging. Look at the type of person he is. At the end of the day, if it seems as if, you know what I'm saying. No way, I ain't even gonna say that. Let me put it to you like this. He offered a huge dollar amount, like $50-some million, I think. And they increased the amount after that for bail. If he has that to offer for bail, imagine what he can use that money to do while he's free. Imagine.
I don't understand why the judge didn't let it go no further than that. And it seems like that she was stating that Big's case, or the Big case, is about to be reopened by the feds. And I think the feds have even talked to her and some other people around there about Big's case. So it looked like we might be getting some real justice because they might be opening up Big's case back.
And if that's the case, Miss Violetta Wallace ain't no longer here. She just passed away, bro. So
she couldn't talk about it.
Maybe get the justice that he deserved, bro. That he been, you know what I'm saying, deserved.
and they tried to get at her because she went back to work for Diddy. But people do that, man, in this music industry, especially when old boy hold all the gold. He gonna make all the rules. They don't understand the music industry. They don't understand when one person knows everybody, and he's done favors for everybody. You understand that they don't know that when you are a Diddy or a Jay-Z and you got to dust off your knee pads because you done took care of everybody, they have a certain kind of power. And they can call people up to not allow you to be in the music business ever again.
Right. I feel what he's talking about. But man, listen, y'all let me know what y'all think. This is the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment. Most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Set it to all. All social media links will be in the description. The link to the previous reaction video will be there as well. Follow me on all my social medias. Click the link to the previous reaction video and watch that whole video after you watch this whole video, man. Also, don't forget the link to the second channel will be in the description. Go over there, subscribe, show love, because y'all will be seeing my face over there from time to time. But listen, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for showing me love back. And we out this thing, man, for real.